First of all, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude for opportunity to speak at this conference. Maybe let me start about my topic and introduction. This study shows how lifelong learning has become a key European Union tool for solving problems in different parts of society, for creating the best condition for growth. Lifelong learning comes from the right to education. This right is protected by United Nations laws. In the mid-20th century, this idea grows stronger. Education should be available to everyone at all stages of life. It was seen as a basic human right to protect people and show respect for human dignity. In brief, the history of our concept of lifelong learning shows that it has evolved from a humanistic approach to an economically driven determinism, gradually becoming a pragmatically understood action strategy aimed at improving competence, especially those relevant from the perspective of the labor market. This process did not occur in an economic or political vacuum, but was the result of the shift in the socio-economic model that took place in the 1970s. This shift was associated in economic thought with a transition from the paradigm of the so-called welfare state to the neoliberal paradigm, and in the economy from employment in the manufacturing sector to employment to the service sector and so-called knowledge industries. In social terms, this means a transition to the knowledge-based society or an information society. This change were caused by repaired crisis, economically, financially, and social since the 1970s. They become especially clear in European Union policies, but connecting education in new European goals was not the same in every country. Over time, European Union laws show a slow but steady change from traditional education, free and required for children, to adult education from continuous learning. Finally, to personalized learning, it means lifelong learning, as a tool for both society and economy. Documents. The analysis focus on selected strategy documents of the European Union from 1996 to 2020, offered by the European Commission or European Parliament, the Council of the European Union, and the Council of Europe, concentrating the implementation of long life learning and the development of a European education area. Year 1996 is a key year called European Years of Lifelong Learning, change how European Union see education, made it a top priority, policy priority. What happened? All European Union countries added lifelong learning to their national plans. Types of documents. The European Union used many tools for lifelong learning. For example, official recommendation, action plans, policy papers, for example, white or green, decision or programs. The first stage of shaping the idea of lifelong learning happened during the time of the Maastricht Treaty in 1992, and in related documents like the Council conclusion on our strategy of lifelong learning. The early 1990 marked the end of the Cold War and the beginning of a deep recession since 1991 to 1994, with a sharp rise in unemployment. At the time, Europe was falling behind the United States and Japan in economic strength. The European Union top goal became to boost its global role in the economic and the politics, and to fight growing unemployment. The European Commission, using the Maastricht Treaty as a legal base, stepped up efforts to bring national education policies closer together. The goal was to build a shared education area, even though education was still controlled by national governments. Work in this area meant matching national education goals with European Union goals in politics, the economic, and society. At the same time, there was a strong push to connect education more closer with the job market. Lifelong learning became a clear part of European Union policies. In 1996, the strategy of lifelong learning was introduced. It set out the main ideas and created a plan for how the concept would grow in the future. At the European Union level, the strategy set the following goals. First, the support learning new things. Second, the make school and business work more closer together. To fight social exclusion, another one, and promote learning three European languages. In the end, the treat money spent on training the same way as the money spent on business investment. A final decision that lifelong learning would from now on be a key idea in the European education policy, and also extra part of other European Union areas like employment was officially included in the Treaty of Amsterdam in 1997. The second stage in the shaping the idea of lifelong learning took place during the time of the Treaty of Nicaea in 2003. It also included several important European Union documents, such as Lifelong Learning Memorandum, Plan for European Union Learning Area, European Union Council Agreement, or Education and Training Goals, and finally, Key Skills Recommendations. The goal to make the European Union the most competitive and dynamic knowledge-based economic in the world was clearly stated in the Lisbon Strategy of 2000. But the early 2000 must be understood in two key situations. First, there was an economic crisis, another one, caused by the collapse of the tech bubble, which led to high unemployment, especially for workers in weaker job groups. Second one, in 2004, the European Union grew to 27 countries. This was the biggest expansion in the history, and it put a heavy strain on the European Union institution and money. The goal of the Lisbon strategy were repeated in the Memorandum on Lifelong Learning. This document said that lifelong learning is more than just education. It should be part of every area of life. In this paper, making a Europa area of lifelong learning reality, the European Commission shared a full action plan to make lifelong learning happen and to build a shared Europa education area. This document pointed out the main steps. The first, building a culture of learning. Second one, giving everyone better access to information and advice about learning options, increasing support for learning with more time and more funding, supporting basic skills, and finally creating new ways of learning, for example, including online learning like this conference. At the time, lifelong learning was defined as all learning done throughout life to improve knowledge, skills, and ability for personally, civic, social, or work-related reasons. The documents also listed 8 key skills that are important for lifelong learning. The third stage in the development of lifelong learning happened during the Lisbon strategy from 2010 since 2020, and Europe and in the Europa 2020 plan for smart, sustainable, and inclusive growth. This period also included other important European Union documents such as European Qualification Framework or Education and Training 2020 strategy, and lots of more. The year 2008 and 2009 were a turning point for the next 10 years. A serious economic crisis, similar in size to the Great Depression of the 1930, strongly influenced European Union policies and budget. The slow progress in improving education and training systems since the Lisbon strategy, together with high youth unemployment and a gap in need skills, led the European Union in 2008 to create the European qualification frameworks for lifelong learning. In 2009, the European Commission started working on the new plan called Europe 2020. The goal was to support smart, sustainable, and inclusive growth. Once again, the focus was on consenting education and work through the idea of lifelong learning. Key points included competition, new ideas, and helping people find job. This time, economic growth was expected to come not only from knowledge, but also from protecting the environment. In the same year, the Council of European Union accept the strategy called Education and Training 2020. This happened in 2009. The strategy gave member states a set of shared goals, ways of working together, and common points to compare progress. According to the document, education and training were supposed to help European Union citizens face challenges in the economy, population changes, climate and environment, and the new technologies. Spending money wisely on education and training was meant to help all people reach personally, social, and work-related goals. It was also meant to support steady economic growth and help people find and keep jobs. In addition, it aimed to build democratic values, stronger communities, active citizenship, and better understanding between cultures. Importantly, the European Union also focused on building creativity and new ideas, including business skills and entrepreneurship at all stages of education and training. In 2012, the European Commission introduced a strategy called Rethinking Education. This marked a clear move towards focusing on learning results and skills for starting business. Education and skills were clearly seen as a key resource for growing the economy. Conclusion. The analysis of European Union strategic documents show that education has become a key part of modern European policy. Education and training system are seen as the main way to shape the right kind of European Union citizen. This citizen needs to work well in today's world and handle future changes in society, the economy, and the job market. To do this, they must have the right knowledge, skills, abilities, and attitudes. Because the world keeps changing so quickly, learning can no longer be only for children and young people. It must become a lifelong training process, something we do throughout our whole life. The European Union gives money to support this idea. This way of thinking again shows a shift, putting the responsibility for making Europe a succeed on individualis. Adding lifelong learning to education and job strategy has not been enough. This has led to new ways of things about learning culture and about education as a part of European ways of life. It is hard to disagree with that idea that learning and improving skills are important, but the learning becomes more and more connected to the goal of the economic growth, even if it's smart and sustainable growth. This shows that education is being used mainly as a tool instead of being seen as a core part of social life. Today, education it seems both as a part of the problem and part of the solution. For many economic, political, and social issues, in recent years, this list of challenges has grown a lot. Now, education and training system are expected to deal with falling and competition, climate change, the digital transformation of society, different forms of extremism and populism, disinformation, changes in population, less trust in scientific knowledge, and growing social inequality. In the 2020, education and culture became very important. They help improve personal life, build stronger societies, and support Europe identity. They also help create jobs, keep communities united, and support fair and lasting economic growth. Today, education and culture are also key for making the European Union stronger and ready for global challenges. More focus on new ideas and ready to lead the green and digital changes. And that's it. Thank you very much.